Developments in English cricket and the rest of the sport. Here's Francis Collins.
Peter, thank you very much indeed. It's all change at the top of English cricket because Michael Vaughan has stood down as the captain of the England Test team, this after the series defeat to South Africa yesterday. And Paul Collingwood has also resigned his role as the one-day skipper. Here's our sports correspondent, Kevin Geary.
With the reluctant trudge of a batsman who'd lost his wicket, Michael Vaughan, eyes shaded, returning to the pavilion for the last time as England captain. Actually, it was the blandly functional Loughborough Cricket Centre that was to be the final destination of his 5-year odyssey in charge of his country. But it was no less an emotional occasion for that.
I know how proud my mum and dad have been. And I spoke to my dad this morning. He said, you know, you can walk away a proud lad because you're doing it everything, and that's all they ever asked me to do, so...
A rare quiver from a shrewd and successful leader whose batting form has diminished lately with the cares of captaincy. He'd listened to himself and no one else in deciding to stand down in the wake of a series defeat to South Africa.
And the England captain's gone again.
I'm giving away, you know, the job that I've loved for 5 years. Put my heart and soul into the job. But it's also the easiest because my mind just told me to pack it in, and I just felt if I kept on going, you know, my career could come to an abrupt end.
The highlight of Michael Vaughan's tenure, of course, was the celebrated, perhaps over-celebrated, Ashes triumph over the Australians 3 years ago. But his success rate was strikingly good in comparison to others. Of 51 matches, 26 were won and 14 drawn.
He really has done everything that's asked of him. You know, I don't think anybody will worry about his reputation or what's happened in the last 6 months. You take it over a period of time when he's been playing well, when the side's been doing well, and unfortunately, you know, things like this happen when you lose your form.
So who'll be his successor? With the one-day captain Paul Collingwood also stepping down, the selectors may opt for Kevin Pietersen to captain both sides. Though he has little experience, he is the bookies' favourite. Andrew Strauss, who's led England before, might be better equipped for next year's Ashes battle.
It's dangerous to look ahead to the Ashes too much, but then when you have a decision like this and a new captain, obviously it brings it very sharply into focus, because they have a choice now, the selectors. Do they do someone as a stopgap, which I think is unlikely, or do they pick someone who they think will lead England against Australia next summer for what is going to be a huge series? I suggest they'll go down that route and we'll find out tomorrow.
Not only was Michael Vaughan England's most successful captain, he was also the best tactically since Mike Brearley in the 1980s. The problem for the selectors is there's no natural successor. Whoever the new man is will also have little time to knit the team together before the next Ashes series here at Lord's next summer. Kevin Geary, BBC News.
Now to tennis. Andy Murray well